ended up meeting this female on Facebook, right? She ended up hitting me out the blue asking me, what do I do? You know, back then it wasn't common to see young niggas having money riding foreigns and traveling and shit, right? And when she asked me what I do, I'm like, shit, I'm a fortune teller. I'm like, I tell women how to make a fortune. So when I end up explaining exactly what I meant, right? Like, she was already fucking around with dudes for money, you feel me? But in the square way. So when I pitched her the game, she was like, fuck it, I'm with it. So finally the day come where I'm supposed to go meet up with her, right? Because we've been chopping it up probably for like 2 weeks now. But before I end up going to my homie house who lived across the street from my mom growing up. He was a little cool paisa, you feel me? A straight paisa. But the nigga used to get baddies. But I ended up turning the nigga out, right? Because you know what I'm saying? He used to see me pulling up to my mom's house, right? Me and my brother and shit. And he'll see all these different cars and foreigns, you feel me? So one day he come over, he like, man, what y'all do, man? Put me on. I'm like, nigga, go get a female. And he went and got one. I knocked him off for her immediately. He went and got another one. I knocked him for her too. I knocked him for at least probably like 4 females. That's when I seen he was really trying to stay in that shit. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna start teaching him what to do. So bam, I go to this nigga house before I go and meet up with old girl, right? So we end up smoking and shit and chopping it up. That's when I'm eventually like, you got any females you talking to right now? He like, yeah, I'm talking to a bad Cuban, you know what I'm saying? She talking about she about to be ready. So when he said Cuban, I'm like, Cuban? I'm like, let me see a picture of her. Cause the female I'm about to go meet up with was Cuban. He showed me the picture, you feel me? It's her. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. She talking to both of us at the same time, telling us both the same thing. That's when I'm like, shit, I'm finna go meet up with her right now. You feel me? Come with me. Plus, I know from now on, she ain't gonna talk to anybody else in that life, you feel me? Because she gonna think that I know him. So, bam, we end up pulling up on her, right? He see both of us in the car, you know what I'm saying? She got that look on her face like, damn. So I'm like, look, since the cards is on the table now, who do you really want to fuck with? That's when she like, I want to fuck with you because you seem like you got more knowledge. Damn, I wish she would have picked that nigga. So, boom, you know what I'm saying? I end up taking her to Fig, right? She down, you feel me? Everything going smooth. She getting it up fast, you feel me? Because she a bad Cuban. But at the same time, she was having a lot of distractions and shit. Like, she had a lot of dudes that she talked to that be calling her phone, like a lot of friends calling her phone, just like fucking with her, you know what I'm saying, all day and shit. While we down on Fig, me and my brother, we in the car, we chopping it up about the situation and shit. That's when niggas like, shit, let's go back to Hawaii. My brother like, nah, let's go to Arizona real quick, you feel me? Like, it's jumping out there right now. I'm like, Arizona? Hell no. You see what happened to our brother-in-law and them, nigga? Them niggas went straight to jail out there. He like, man, them niggas is stupid, you feel me? They was fucking with minors and shit. So he did kind of make sense. So eventually I ended up saying, fuck it, like, let's go. So that's when I asked her, I'm like, you want to go to Arizona? You know what I'm saying? We finna go out there and get some money. She like, cool. Like, I need somebody to watch my baby though. You know what I'm saying? She was 19 with a 9-month-old baby. So eventually she ended up getting her dad to watch the baby, right? We ended up driving out to Phoenix, me, her, my brother, and his girl, right? So we in Phoenix, we probably there for like a week, you know what I'm saying? We playing 27th Ave. It's going good too. The police letting them do their thing. They not fucking with them, you feel me? We getting money, everything was straight. That's when eventually her dad get to tripping, you know what I'm saying, about the baby. She like, oh, my dad talking about calling CPS to get my baby took in. He talking about if I don't come. And I guess he was tired of watching the baby, you know what I'm saying? It had already been a week. I'm like, don't even trip, you feel me? I'm gonna have one of my partners bring the baby out here. And I'll be real, I don't know who the fuck gave this girl a baby, but she was not fit to be a mother. Like, I had nieces and nephews since I was 7. I always knew a little bit of how to deal with baby. One, she only had one baby bottle for the baby. So every time she feed the baby, she wouldn't really clean the bottle like that. So eventually, like, milk started to cake up in the nipple. So I end up going to buy her more baby bottles and explaining to her, like, you gotta boil the bottles every time before you feed them. Then she wasn't changing the baby regularly, so the baby had bad diaper rash. I used to have to get on her ass, like, look, every time that baby used the bathroom, you gotta change them immediately. But the worst thing about it was she used to pop the baby when it cried too much. It got to the point where I told her, like, you hit that baby again, I'ma hit your ass. I'ma be real, you ain't finna hurt no baby while the fuck I'm around, you feel me, on my watch. She like, this how my dad did it, whoop-de-whoa-whoa. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how your dad did it. Eventually, my homeboy ended up picking the baby up from her dad and bringing him out to Arizona. She come in, you know what I'm saying, she all happy as hell to see the baby there and shit. Like, man, this nigga really got my baby out here. Now I'm like, cool, you feel me? We Gucci. We can keep trapping, you know what I'm saying? And do what we need to do. Used to be vibing like a motherfucker, but she would catch little attitudes because I wasn't having sex with her though. Like, I hit one time, but I'm like, shit, you ain't gave me enough money for me to consider you mine yet. And I don't just be having sex with a female that ain't mine. Like, we would just be in a room chilling, and she would just bend over in front of me like, what's up? I'm like, no. I'm like, you ain't gave me enough money for all that yet. I ain't even gonna lie, I used to want to hit too, because that cat was hot. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, I end up having to go back to LA to do my anger management class. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it, we gonna leave him on auto. We gonna drive back to LA. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the class and I'm gonna come back. I let her know what's up, you feel me? I let her know what to do when I was gone, you know what I'm saying? And she like that. So boom, you know what I'm saying? I end up driving all the way back to LA. When I get out here, something tell me to hit my Paisa homie. I'm like, where you at with it? You feel me? Smoke up. He like, oh shit, I'm down on Sepulveda right now. I just got a new female. I'm like, this nigga be working. I'm like, shit, nigga, you come back to Arizona with us. They letting them work out there. It's popping. Like, I'ma holler at her, you know what I'm saying, and see if she wanna go. So, bam, I guess she end up saying yeah, and we end up carpooling back out there. And he end up following us back out there. But she had a baby too. It's him, her, and a baby. So, bam, you know what I'm saying, we get back to Arizona. I'm already letting the Cuban chick know, like, look, it's gonna be another female out there with you. So, bam, we get back, you know what I'm saying, we kick out. So, you know what I'm saying, they down. About an hour go by, you feel me? I hit her. Nothing, I ain't getting no text back. Another hour go by, I hit her, you feel me? She ain't hitting me back. Now I'm starting to get worried, you feel me? Now I'm blowing up her phone, you know what I'm saying? I'm texting her back to back and I'm not getting no response. I'm like, damn, I hope nothing happened, you know what I'm saying? If a female come up missing, you gonna get a phone call regardless. Rather it's from the jailhouse, from another P, or you know what I'm saying, she went home. Finally, I called one of my partners, you feel me? He like, she probably got Phoenix. I'm like, what the fuck is Phoenix? He like, pretty much she being held against her will. But it also wasn't a for sure that was happening, right? Now remind you, I had two rooms. I had a room in Scottsdale and I had a room on 27th. But she never knew nothing about the room on 27th. She only knew about the one in Scottsdale. But while we at the room on 27th, my brother female, he had a Russian girl. She at the room in Scottsdale. We at the room on 27th, right? And all of a sudden, my brother get a phone call from his female. All you hear is her screaming through the phone, oh, the police here, they at the door and they coming through the window right now. And then you can like hear the police in the background telling her to like get off the phone. And then she like screamed back at him like, I ain't do nothing. So as soon as he hang up the phone, we immediately like, we out of here. We get to packing everything we had, you know what I'm saying, and throwing it in the car like we finna go. Now let me rewind for a second. I forgot to mention that within a time period of her missing, me, my brother, and a homie just so happened to be driving down 27. And you know what I'm saying, we don't really know the area like that. So he ended up making like a weird turn. Like he did something traffic wise that he wasn't supposed to do. So the police, they end up pulling us over, right? My brother don't got L's, my L's suspended. The only person that got L's is the homie in the back seat. So based on my brother not having L's, right, they searched the car as usual. And when they searched the car, man, they found like a half a blunt of weed, right? You know how you just smoke in your car every day and every now and then you'll just lose like weed and shit in that motherfucker? So that nigga found some weed under the seat that we didn't even know was there. Like who knows how long that shit was there, you know what I'm saying? So when he find the weed, he give us an ultimatum. He like, y'all got two options. I can either take the car or I can take y'all to jail for the weed. That's when we start trying to explain to him, like, man, we from California. We just drove out here. We don't got nowhere around. We don't even know nobody out here like that. And then we like, man, the homie right here got a license. He in the car with us. Like, why you can't just let him drive off with the car? You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to hear that shit, though. He like, man, look, jail or the car, which one? So, of course, you know what I'm saying? We like, fuck it, take the car then, shit. I used to be thinking on that moment when I was in jail, like, damn, if I would have just went to jail for the weed that day, I would have did way less time in jail than what I'm doing now. Because I for sure would have got about that motherfucker and went straight home. So anyways, after we get the phone call and we like panicking, like we got to get up out of here and shit, we all hopping in the same car now because we only got one car now. And remind y'all, I still got the baby also, because while she was down, I was watching the baby. I'm just thinking like, I do not want to get caught with her baby because I don't know what the fuck they gonna try to say, right? I'm just like, I need to just get the baby to her dad's house, you know what I'm saying? Because I still remember where her dad lives. So I'm like, I'm going to take the baby here. So bam, you know what I'm saying? We hit the road, right? We on the freeway, you feel me? We speeding, trying to get back to LA. It's me, my brother, the Paisa, and his girl, and the two babies. So next thing you know, my brother girl called back. She like, the police left. She said they came up in the room and was questioning her about what she was doing there. And then she was doing 304 shit out the room or whatnot. They end up looking up her record and seeing that she'd been arrested for 304 shit. shit. But at the same time, she ain't did shit, so they couldn't like arrest her or nothing, right? But the odd thing was, they never brought up my girl to her. At least she never brought it up to my brother when she was talking to him. So pretty much he just tell her to get all her stuff, you feel me, and leave the room, right? And he was gonna get her a ticket on the Greyhound. So boom, like about 2 hours after that phone call, right? We damn near to like the Arizona-California border by now. Out of nowhere, she called me. She like, yeah, she was being held against her will, and the dude had her phone, so that's why she couldn't return my calls or texts. But she like, she just got back to the room in Scottsdale. Can I come get her? In my head, I'm thinking she trying to set me up. But I'm like, how the fuck this setup supposed to work if the police already came to the room? I'm thinking like, damn, they didn't tell you they already came to the room already? So that's when I kind of like play along, you feel me? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come get you in a minute. I'm on 27th and Indian School, chopping it up with my partner. I'm gonna leave in a second. I didn't want to let her know that I was on the freeway on the way to LA, because I didn't know if they was gonna have a police on the freeway waiting for us to drive by, any type of weird shit like that. Y'all like, comment, and follow for part 4. She get to asking about her baby and shit. I'm like, the baby in the back seat. Like, he good, don't even trip. So finally, right, we end up coming up to the Arizona-California border. And it's a motherfucking DPS officer right there at the border. I think they call it DPS. They like Arizona Highway Patrol. As soon as we drive through the border, they get right on. So they hit their lights, you feel me? I'm like, damn, going to jail. I'm like, this shit crazy. They pull us over. But the stop had nothing to do with that incident, though. They just wanted to make sure wasn't nobody crossing the border illegally. So they wasn't on me and my brother at all. But the Paisa homie, they low-key on him, trying to make sure he good. Once he got his ID and ran his name, he seen that he was good, so he just ended up letting us go. So now we back on the road again. We in California now, cruising. We trying to hurry up and get to her dad's house as fast as possible. But remind you, the whole time I'm on the road, she calling me back to back, like every 15 minutes. And I'm just bullshitting her like, I'm coming, don't even worry about it. Just give me a minute, let me finish chopping it with my partner. But at the same time, we getting closer and closer to LA. And I give her baby to her dad, then I can let her know what's really up. But you know, it take a minute to get to LA. So eventually she start tripping like, where my baby? You got my baby, bring me my baby. And like threatening to call the police and stuff, right? In my head, I'm thinking like, you done already did that shit. But anyways, I keep stalling her, right? Until we finally get to her dad's house. Boom, I knock on the door, get a dad the baby, like, here. He like, where whoop-de-whoop at? I'm like, shit, you know what I'm saying? She left me, I don't know where she went. So I just knew to bring the baby to you. So he take the baby and I bounce. Now she's still blowing me up while all this is going on. So finally I hop back in the car and answer the phone. I'm like, call your dad got your baby, stop calling me. Like, yeah, the police and already came to the room and whatnot. She like, stop lying, my dad ain't got my baby, whoop-de-whoop-whoop. So I'm like, call him. That's when she ended up calling her dad and confirming that he had the baby. Now she get to talking about her straightener and like her clothes and stuff, right? And talking about how I left her and took all her stuff. In my mind at the time, I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. But remember, since I never went back to the room in Scottsdale, they end up checking me out at 12 o'clock. If you don't pay the next day at 12 o'clock, they automatically check you out. But when she went back to the room, they told her that I checked out, not they checked me out. But like everything that was in that room, I left, including my shit. But she thinking I checked out and took all her shit. I didn't find none of this out until I'm already in jail and read the police report. Now, once I read the police report, I seen exactly what happened. And I was like, damn, I wasn't even supposed to go to jail. I jumped the gun. So anyways, after we dropped the baby off, we like, fuck it, we finna go get a room in our neighborhood and chill there until tomorrow to make sure we not gonna get raided. So we end up getting a room, right? Everybody tired to the motherfucker. We like, fuck it, we finna go to sleep. But the Paisa homie, he like, man, he didn't make enough money while he was in Arizona, so he trying to get out. So he like, man, I'm finna take her to Fig real quick and I'm gonna come back. So we like, bet. So he go drop her off and he come back. We smoke up, sip a little lean, and we all lay down. I swear, I don't know how much longer later because we was all asleep, but I just remember being woken up out my sleep, you feel me? The police banging on the motherfucking door. They like, LAPD, open up. I'm like, damn, Arizona work fast. Cause these motherfuckers got here in no time, it seemed like. So boom, you feel me? We open the door. It's a gang of police out there, man. You feel me? The whole parking lot full of them motherfuckers. Man, they get us out the room, you know what I'm saying? Arrest our ass, put us in the back of the car and shit. I just remember them taking the baby and taking him somewhere out of sight. I'm just in the back of the police car like, damn, I'm finna do some time for this shit. But at the same time, I'm like, damn, it's just pimping and pandering, so it ain't gonna carry that much fucking time. So anyway, they take us all to the station, right? And I'm gonna be real, I don't remember if any detectives came to talk to me, right? But I know a nigga was in there from the whole morning to afternoon. So I'm in one of them small holding tanks with just like a little bench, and it's like a big ass glass window, you feel me, to where the police can see you. And I just remember them motherfuckers popping the door open and saying something, but I couldn't really understand what they said. So I kind of just laid there. That's when the police, he like, man, you don't want to go home? I heard that immediately and jumped up like, home? Like, what? Like, hell yeah, I want to go home. Shit, I hopped up. So bam, you know what I'm saying? They end up letting me out the station. I couldn't believe that shit. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? So now I'm at the bus stop on Venice and La Brea. Next thing you know, I see my brother come out the police station and start walking towards my way. So when he get to me, he like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, I know. I'm like, she must have not already told all the way or something. That's when he like, nah, that was for the Paisa homie girl. Now, I didn't see any signs of this, but I guess when he wanted to take her to Fig when we got back, she didn't want to go, and he made her go anyway. So when he kicked her out on Fig, I guess she ended up calling the police and telling them where we was at. So boom, he ended up going to jail that day. Me and my brother, we still out, and it get only crazier from there.